All right, now it's time to get into Monday Nitro for September 11th, 2000.
I thought you were going to say Monday Night Raw for some reason.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. Well,
it's not time for Raw. It's time for Nitro.
Well, this show felt
Monday
like
Nitro.
Raw.
Yeah, it did feel like Raw.
This felt brutal.
We're in Charlotte. Woo!
Woo! Well, before we get into the Nitro, of course, let's take a look at what was going on in the news around this time. A lot of WCW shenanigans, of course, from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, September 11th, 2000. In WWF news, according to reports from the live shows in Greensboro and Fayetteville, the reason the Triple H Guerrero match in Greensboro and the Guerrero Angle match in Fayetteville had no heat is because women in the stands were showing their breasts to get attention and the fans didn't care about the matches.
Base Mid-Atlantic titties.
One woman in the stand was in the middle of doing her routine when Triple H came out, and he came out to no pop. When security tried to take one of the women away, a fight broke out, so nobody was watching the match.
That was Greensboro for sure. That was definitely a Greensboro one.
In Fayetteville, no women were showing their breasts all night until Lawler got on the house mic during the final commercial
Show
break.
your breasts.
I like how you had the same thought as me.
Yeah, dude, that's immediately what I went to. What the hell's going on out here?
Show me your puppies.
The Lawler got on the house mic during the
So
final
no
commercial break
titties.
and said that they've got a 2-minute break, so let's see 2 minutes worth of puppies. He distracted the crowd and resulted in nobody caring about Angle versus Guerrero.
We don't care.
Oh, man.
That's fantastic.
Unfucking believable. Based Midwest titties. Oh shit. There's a promotion in England claiming several WWF stars, including The Rock and Kane, for their show, including one on 9/6. An article even states there'll never be so many top class WWF stars on the same bill. Apparently, the promotion in other cities has done the same thing and used fat, old British guys doing their gimmicks.
They used to do that all the time back in the day.
Yeah,
I remember that.
yeah, fake Kane and UK
You always have
Undertaker.
Kane and some fat guy in a mask, and then the Undertaker was on his
Dude,
other
based
show.
UK Undertaker.
I think X-Pac was on there too or so.
It says at one show the
What was
fans
that
were
with British wrestling back then? Everyone being just fat, out of shape dudes.
and they were over too.
Fat,
Yeah.
out of shape, like WWF superstars is what they were.
It was the common man, of course. He said at one show the fans were so upset they rioted and pelted the phony guys with chairs. Just throw chairs at UK Undertaker.
Bruv.
Crimpets. Oi.
Maybe we should do that in DPW.
Pelt
Throw
people with
at
chairs?
people.
No, just book
Oh,
UK Undertaker. Or
Dude, all right, if there is a UK Undertaker out there,
there is.
what, right now working UK Undertaker,
I think so.
you can come on down.
you got to pay for that.
That's my
flight, though.
favorite. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unless you bring your boys, then we can work out a deal. UK Midian.
Naked?
UK Naked Media.
UK Brian Adams.
No, he doesn't want to lose.
Doesn't lose the UK fucking
Chronic
brave.
out here.
Dude, there's the UK Undertaker. Tony just sent a
I
picture
found a
of him.
picture of the UK
Let me see.
Undertaker. I had to post it.
It's in the Discord.
Holy, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm pretty sure I booked this guy in like EWR before.
He was in the
What?
game.
Wait, what? the
Yeah, I
fuck?
think it was when I did an EWR thing with Manny. We booked UK. I think it was. I definitely know the UK Undertaker from something.
Dude, what? It makes this guy the Undertaker the hat.
the hat, the tie, and he does the tombstone. It's
right.
a Patreon gimmick seg name. Terry wearing an orange dress on SmackDown last week was, in fact, a very subtle rib at Taz, since orange is supposed to be his color. Taz spoke to Lisa Marie Varon, which, in quotes here, says Victoria the Hoe.
Oh, all right.
I think she was
She
a
was a
punch.
hoe.
Yes, she was in the hoe
Well,
train.
she was like the
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
She was in the hoe train, of course.
Yeah. Right.
Before she was Victoria. About her wearing... So Taz went up to her as she was in the hoe train about her wearing orange, and it led to people ripping him about it. Taz is seemingly the brunt of everyone's jokes these days.
What year is this? 2000?
This, yeah,
Oh yeah,
so
this run's already.
He's already
over.
done. Yeah, he's already done.
You're done already. Wow, that's crazy.
Tank Abbott was asked by management to take singing lessons, but he didn't. Figuring. Excuse me. He started fingering the talent. Figuring his son. figuring
I hear
his
you.
singing was going to be no, you don't. It's going to be terrible.
That's my favorite.
With or without lessons. It is believed he has a no-cut contract. That's the part I want to talk about. Tank Abbott had a no-cut contract. You can't fire Tank Abbott.
I
Holy
don't
shit.
know. Like the negotiating on these deals was so bad. Like whoever was
insane.
negotiating these deals is just.
I guess.
Don't let them
No,
cook ever.
We'll give
again.
you everything you want and then some.
Now I think about it, I think that was in WWE too. There was like no cut contracts in WWE, like even current day stuff. Because I remember when they let a bunch of talent go, there was like people that had no cut contracts, which is like
That
a
is-
crazy thing to get in your contract. I can never be
Yeah.
fired. How
Yeah,
do
oh,
you
shit.
get that in a contract?
I
That's
would
crazy.
act up. I would be fingering.
Yeah, I hear you. Let them know.
You're not listening.
By the way, also Tank Abbott was 3 count, right? They wanted him to go sing for
Correct.
a 3
I
count,
think
and
that's
then he just
eventually
said-
where he goes. Yes.
He just said, I don't think so.
Yeah, they want the idea for him. They wanted him to take real singing lessons so he would be good at singing.
The gimmick is that they're not good.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right.
Don't worry about
all
that,
right.
of course. Vince Russo wanted to be dragged behind a truck in the desert by Goldberg, but the higher-ups nixed the angle because it was believed to be too close to a heated case in the news where a guy was dragged behind a truck. Vince Russo is very upset about this.
What, like, I don't want to like jump the gun here on the show, but dude, this has got to be. Look, we watch
Dude.
a lot of Nitro.
This
All right.
is maybe like, we watch a lot of stuff that we make fun of, and there's been a lot of fun on the show about Nitro. This is a rough show.
If you're a wrestling fan, this is like one of the worst episodes of
Yeah,
wrestling
you tell 'em,
TV
Kitty.
that's ever existed.
Yeah, wrestling wise.
No
for
one,
sure.
so no one can hear the cat except for in the clean feed.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I have my shit cranked up to like
I'm sorry.
positive 9.
James's cat is screaming.
Let
I
him
want them to
know.
hear that. Speaking of Goldberg, there was an altercation before Nitro between Goldberg and Evan Courageous. Have you guys heard this story before?
I've never heard that one.
I feel like I have.
Have you watched the ICPU shoot, James?
No, I've only seen the parts of it.
Okay, they talk about that on this, so I'm gonna see how much of this they talk. I haven't read it fully. I just was like, okay, I see Goldberg and Evan Courageous are putting it on here. According to the report we received, Goldberg was talking with Nash when Courageous came up to shake his hand. Goldberg's hand was otherwise occupied. Okay, so what he means by that is Goldberg had his hand down the front of his pants, grabbing his balls. He was just
Fingering
hanging
his
out,
balls.
right, fingering.
That's my favorite.
And so he had his hand occupied, and Courageous said it was okay. Goldberg didn't need to shake his hand. Goldberg, who had just flown in from England and was short-tempered, got mad thinking Courageous was dissing him, and apparently told Courageous to leave. Courageous, thinking Goldberg was only kidding, since he was only kidding with Goldberg, and joking around, didn't leave. Goldberg then snatched Courageous, including supposedly ripping the necklace off of him and probably scaring him half to death. Later, Goldberg apologized, but Courageous wouldn't accept his apology. Some wrestlers told Courageous to keep it quiet to protect Goldberg. Although I'm sure everyone will deny any tie-in, another planned situation where Chronic was going to mop the floor with 3 count on Thunder was changed to 3 count laying out Chronic. Of course,
What
when
is
Chronic
up?
got this script, as you can imagine, they complained about it being changed from what they were originally told.
Who the fuck cares? Who fucking cares what Chronic thinks about the script? You're going,
right.
Brian Adams, you ball licker.
Thank you, James.
You're
Yeah!
you're fucking doing what we ask you to do.
You know it's been. I'm hearing you now.
Who the fuck is like, oh my god, Chronic didn't laugh. We don't care.
Talk to him. Talk to him, bro. I'm hearing you.
That's unbelievable, man. That's unbelievable. Like, that's so fucking ridiculous. That's unbelievable, man. The
yeah,
Holly
on-
Cousins didn't like what they were doing this week. We don't care. We don't care.
You're doing it.
You're doing what we
doing
asked you to do. We gave you no cut contracts, all right? We got
Yeah,
you
you're right.
fucking, you're getting paid $750 a shot right now. That's past industry standard.
Yeah, but we don't want to get beat up by 3 count.
Holy man, Evan Courageous, man, fucking abs up to his chin,
Dude,
like the
he
guy
is
looks like
crazy
a
looking.
mega star.
He's just
I
an
can't
action
lose
figure.
to him. I can't
Yeah.
lose to him. It's just no way.
So ICP tell that story on their U shoot. Same thing, Goldberg grabbing his nuts and Evan Courageous didn't want to shake his nut hands. The way to describe it is Goldberg grips Evan Courageous up and beels him over the barricade to the apron.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
Which is insane visual.
All right, man.
was he doing to shake his
How did,
ball head?
how did the show even happen? How did any Nitro pass
How did
September
WWE
11th?
exist? How did it exist?
I'll
whole-
tell you, James. This show actually almost didn't happen. There's some news
Oh.
coming up here.
Oh,
some
my.
news yes. So this is about this episode that we're about to review. There was actually serious discussion the afternoon of the show to cancel the show due to lack of ticket sales and the small crowd.
I would have done it.
Meltzer says, I'm not sure why they would do this because even though it wasn't likely they had a gigantic throng, they've had numerous Thunder tapings as of late that have drawn smaller crowds with no thoughts of cancellation. When the discussions were going on, the idea was to replace the taping with another best of type show. While it would have saved some money, the fact that the crew is already there, production stuff is already going to be set up. Forgetting the irony of this being an overall entertaining show, which is not exactly a regular occurrence, an unannounced tape show at this point in time would have done a poor number. Unless it would have been 2 hours of nothing but build for Flair coming back, which I doubt was the idea. It would have been very negative for the fans. So
I
they
know-
were going to cancel this show.
I know that we don't know what Turner expected from like the ratings for this show.
Sure.
Obviously, when a show at one point's at like 10 or whatever they
Yeah.
were at, they
Yeah,
expect a pretty high
like,
number.
yeah, sevens. Yeah, sure.
But like, who fucking cares? Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, really.
all right, now it's time to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into the Nitro here for the evening.
I don't even know how to do this song.
Well, we have a couple of things for the song.
Okay.
We have David Flair, of course. He's here for his wedding tonight.
Of course. This was earlier today, of course, the limo
Of
arriving
course,
with
yes, of course.
David Flair in there, and Crowbar walks up, and he's wearing a cutoff shirt, tuxedo style.
Kevin Steen shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. He says, "I'm not here to fight you. I'm happy for you, and I hope you're happy." And they hug, and then Daphne walks up, blue hair, and says, "I also hope you're happy." And then there's a guy standing there, like shaved sides of his head, ponytail, looks like Reno, who wrestles on the show later. And she says, "Hey, this is Ozzy." And David Flair says, "All right."
All right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't think you ever see him the rest of the show.
Ozzy Osbourne? No way.
No, just Ozzy. That's very
Ozzy,
strange. I
Or
was
Fred,
very,
of course.
very confused by Ozzy.
Well, it's the best day of David Flair's whole life because he is getting married to the hottest chick ever. Miss Hancock, of course.
Of course.
Which is going to be wonderful. She's also pregnant, of course, with David Flair's kid.
Or is he?
Um,
She.
Or is Stacy.
Or yes.
But of course, the real father, Jeff Jarrett. It's not Jeff Jarrett, but Jeff Jarrett is in a sleeveless mustard shirt backstage,
With mustard glasses.
foot on chair, watching monitor. I'm not
foot on
sure.
kindergarten chair.
Tiny little monitor. Put on.
Yeah, small monitor, small chair.
I'm not sure what he's fucking watching, anyways, because like this was earlier today in the limo.
Yeah, wait, that's right. Is the Jeff Jarrett part also earlier today, or is that now?
I don't know.
I think that's
he's
now.
watching the show that's going on right now. It
You
shows
remember
him on
the-
the
That's
chair.
showing him.
Because you remember we watched that Nitro where Flair appears and he's watching the monitor. It's him on the
It's
monitor.
him. Yeah.
So Jared's looking at
Whoa.
him.
Yeah, Jared says outlandish vaudeville. Nothing but sheer outlandish vaudeville. Well, maybe the band needs to play tonight. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, guy like me, I would have said, I'm going to hit him with the guitar tonight, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Brew.
gonna go interrupt the wedding. Go brew.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah, we
Rich.
talked in
How about-
riddles.
How about tonight I hit David Flair with a guitar?
Yeah, I got the guitar ready for the night. See,
Sheer
I'm like, oh, wow.
outlandish vaudeville.
Like, what are you talking about? He's in a sleeveless mustard shirt. Boy, if you look at your ass.
You fucking get out of here.
And now we got the.
All I know is
Yeah, it's Goldberg. That's pretty much, Goldberg going, ah! Also notable is Kiss Demon is in the intro.
Yes,
and then
he is. I was like, what the fuck?
and then at one point Nash's eyes light up like he's a cyborg or some
Goosebumps.
bullshit.
Goosebumps eyes.
Yeah. And then Tank Abbott's in a shirt.
Ding, 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 ding. Dude, then someone should do that with the Nitro intro. I bet you it fucking lines up with the
Goosebumps?
Goosebumps intro. Ding,
Oh,
ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
It probably does line up.
I bet.
pretty good.
I probably don't have to edit anything. It probably
Somebody
just
do that.
is. night on.
outlandish vaudeville.
Oh, you're going to hell. So of course we start off this Nitro. Yeah, I guess they still got the pyro. You know,
A lot of money.
Don't like the set. I'll be honest with you.
No, I mean it's
it's
big
fine.
Tron.
You know, like in the games when you like create something, you copy it. I feel like they copied the Tron like 4 times because there's trusses behind trusses for some reason.
They just had extras.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I don't know why.
they decided that like the big screen was the future play here, so I
guess it
they
was.
got the big screen,
Yeah.
and then they forgot the rest of the set.
Well, this is also in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the Independence Arena. Have you been here?
No, unless they changed the name of it.
No, maybe I don't know.
But I do know that they had a record-setting crowd of maybe 600 people.
We are going to shut this down. We are going to. Hulk Hogan's not here for sure, and we are going to shut this down.
No fucking way.
Oh, it's the Bojangles Coliseum.
Yes, I have been there.
What did you
Yeah.
see there?
Football, I think.
Football,
It might have been basketball. I don't remember.
basketball.
It's a long time ago.
all of the sports.
I love their sports.
I love sports.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Speaking of sports, of course, we have everyone's favorite sport, a WCW Tag Team Title match.
So I was very confused for the beginning of this because the Filthy Animals come out here. It's Rey Mysterio Jr. unmasked overalls, Tigress, Conan, Disco Inferno, and Hoovy. And only Ray is wearing a title. So I was like, oh, what is Ray, like a Cruiserweight champion? No one else had a title. I said, who the fuck are the tag champions? And then Chronic come out, skipping ahead just a little bit, Chronic come out, and they don't have the titles. I said, who the fuck are the tag champions? It's not until the end of the match that I know that the Filthy Animals are the tag champions.
I saw them with the
Yes.
titles.
Both of them?
No, just Ray.
Just Ray.
Yeah. But who's the other one?
That's enough.
Also, the ring announcer's mic is not working here for this introduction. It's just
No, they do that. That was like a WCW thing. That was a WCW thing.
Very
They
strange.
did that by choice, I think.
It
with their
really,
ring
I guess maybe
announcer.
you're right because it doesn't. You can't really hear it.
They do
And the
that every
commentators are
time. It
just
would
talking
play,
over it.
So the mic is only to the house. It's not to the audience watching on TV. I don't know why they decided. to
It's
do
not
that
to the
WCW.
board?
No, it
No,
goes
I guess
just the
not.
house. Only the
Yeah.
house hears the mic. It's like that for everything in WCW for the ring
Eventually, the
announcing.
promos you can hear though, so it must be a.
It was only
on-
like a Bruce Buff or Michael Buffer. It was only
Yeah,
when he
thank
was
you,
doing
bro.
it. I think
Yeah.
was when they would have it to the house
Well,
too. I don't know. It was weird.
Conan's got the mic here. We can hear this. He says, "Filthy Animals, we got it like that. Tigress, you like this hat? Go ahead, feel." And she feels the hat. He said, "That's enough."
That's enough.
That's a hot line at the time, Tony.
He's
Oh,
cooking.
my.
I mean, this is probably Conan at his best on the mic, to be honest with you.
Of course. Now he didn't
No,
like
when he gets on commentary, he's the best on the mic.
He doesn't talk about tossing his salad or peeling his potatoes here, so I don't agree.
Well, that's true, and I can't argue with that. But
Thank you, bro.
I will say that he is about 2 steps away from not working here because
He is looking to go to
fucking
WWF real bad here.
shooting on everybody.
Yes. Yeah,
which
dude.
I guess was the prerogative for most of the
Russo
show.
liked that.
For
Yeah.
everybody, yeah.
Um,
that was the company.
Which, hindsight's 2020. Horrible fucking idea, man. This whole night is dog shit ideas. I mean, this is
Now, hold on, James. You don't think it's a great idea to bury everyone?
dude. They had. All right, we'll talk about when we get there.
Sure.
It's so fucking much on this show, man, and,
Well-
and none of it's good, by the way. So fucking buckle in. There's no shining star.
No, there's not. Not one.
Yeah, there's
not
nothing.
no, there's
Come
one
on.
good.
Is-
You know,
sure. There's one. You're right.
yeah.
But that's on accident. Disco gets on he takes the mic from Conan and he says, "Yo, you're the one that does the tough talk, but I'm tough too. Chronic, when you jumped me on Thunder, you made the biggest mistake of your life because you made me mad. So I decided that Ray and Hoovy are gonna fight you, and so bring your fat asses out here." As what? He does the fat ass thing now too. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
out walks the fucking
Dude.
juiciest,
Holy
tannest.
chronic.
Fucking, dude, these guys are fucking 7
guys
foot
are winners.
tall, juiced crazy,
they are winners.
These guys are here to win.
unreal. So they walk out here
Chronic.
halfway.
Backwards K.
At half, you're right. You know what? I didn't even realize that till right
Yeah.
now. You're right. But anyways, Tony Schiavone, as they walk out, he says this during the entrance. He says, "There's your B-roll and there's your match." Dude, if I heard,
He does that later too.
he does, and it's even worse later. Actually, this one was
You're right. He's over it by then.
dude.
Yeah,
if I
Tony
heard
Schiavone is
this
definitely
shit,
in I don't give a fuck mode.
Yeah,
I'm
he
done
wants to
with
be
this company.
fired.
Yeah.
there's your B-roll and there's your match, bro. If I heard that shit, I'm going on vacation. Like, I'm out, man. I just leave the arena. Yeah, I hear
I'm
you.
sending Tony Schiavone on vacation to hell. if
That's
I hear
great.
that.
There's your B-roll. There's your match. Oh,
He
hell
cannot
no,
wait to
man.
go call baseball right now. He wants to go do some baseball commentary
You're right.
this second.
Dude,
He's
it shows the commentary table. It's fucking Mark Madden, Tony Schiavone, and JB.
Bald,
Bald
Jeremy
JB.
Borash,
Uncle
glasses.
Fester, fucking JV looking like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, holy shit.
Man, by the way, Mark Madden doesn't have notes. It's JB, Tony Schiavone. They have formats and notes, and Mark Madden's just sitting there with his stupid fucking sunglasses.
Hawaiian shirt looking like a smacked
Get
ass.
this fucking dude. How did any of this shit happen? This is like once in a lifetime.
There was a note in the Observer that I didn't mention because I didn't know if it would come up, but Mark Madden says a lot on the show. But Mark Madden got heat for how much he talked on the show,
No.
and his defense was Jeremy Borash was supposed to be, talking more, and he wasn't. So he had to fill in the dead air for him.
Dead air. You're dead air, brother. Now get the fuck out of this show. Unbelievable, man.
They show on Thunder Chronic jumping Disco Inferno with one baseball bat and taking turns using it on Disco Inferno.
All right.
I was watching Thunder recently, and Disco Inferno was in the Wolfpack. Just so everybody understands, Disco Inferno was in the Wolfpack.
He was.
And also, they let Disco Inferno go out there by himself in the Wolfpack and say, "Wolfpack in the house."
And represent the Wolfpack. He came out to the song and all of that, right?
He did. And
Yeah.
I don't know if he was
where
an official member. I think he was
I
like
think
a
he was.
wannabe. He was a wannabe, wasn't he?
What? I thought he was in.
I thought
don't-
he tried to be in it and they didn't want him.
I'll
in
be
it.
Oh,
very
maybe.
clear. I don't know. I just
And I
saw,
don't care.
believe
I saw him come out with the fucking tank top on, and he said, "Wolfpack in the house." Everybody said, "Boo!" I couldn't
Yes,
believe
I
it.
believe he wanted to be in it and they didn't want. They're like, get the fuck out of
That
the
makes
Wolfpack.
sense.
But
That's-
maybe he wasn't in.
No, you're probably right. So yeah, they show that recap, and they come back from the recap of Chronic beating up Disco on Thunder to Bryan Adams launching Ray from the floor to over the top rope. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, immediately.
Jesus. Yeah, and then he does the same to Hoovy, but Hoovy lands on his feet and drop kicks him in the head, which was cool. I like that.
I felt like they just kept doing it though. I felt like I saw it. Like I don't know if it was like the cuts in the camera or the way it kept doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, how many times are they gonna fucking throw these guys over the top rope?
That was his spot. I
Like,
was
get
do
a
that.
fuck in the ring. Like let's get the match going in here.
He also Bryan Adams also catches Hoovy off a second rope something into a fireman's carry and then invents the F5.
Yeah, he
That shit
does.
was
Holy
dope.
shit.
It like turned into a DDT or something. that shit was
cool,
awesome.
yeah. Mark Bennett on commentary says, Conan, do they have a Mexican strategy going? I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, well, we see a face full of stuff tonight, which was Ray's Bronco Buster. And Conan says, nah, because I heard they don't want to sell it. Did I say that? So, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, that was, Conan is going
fuck?
crazy here.
Conan just says, they
there
don't
was-
want to sell the move.
They didn't do it either.
No, they didn't, because they didn't want to sell it, of
That's
course.
crazy, man.
Hey, do
Yeah.
you guys know how to spell jackass?
How's that?
JAQISS, just like disco.
Oh, thank you.
Just
Thank you,
thought,
Mark.
I know how to
Bennett, for
spell
showing it.
jackass. MARKMADDEN.
Ray and Hoovy do get a double suplex off on Bryan Adams, which was surprising because
Dude, holy shit. They didn't even build to this. They just suplexed
They
this
just do
guy.
it.
They just did it to us.
I'll give you one.
So that's what Taker said to Bryan Adams in a few years.
I'll give you one. And then you're fired.
You blew
There's
it.
a big crowd sign that says "Big Dick Dunkum" that's held up all night, and then another sign with "Big Titties" on it. So it's having a good time here in Charlotte. Bryan Adams gets bumped, and Conan says Godzilla just took a bump. And he says Chronic would have good personalities if this was public access TV. Holy
Oh,
shit!
Fuck, he does not care.
They're not listening, and they're not going to watch
No
their
way.
match back. So
You're right.
and then Chronic decides they're going to start killing these guys by catching every move they do into a full Nelson slam directly onto their neck, which they
That's
do to
fucked
both
up.
of them. Yes, it was awesome. they're whooping their ass, and Conan says, "Hey, Disco, go hit him with a chair." He does not hit him with a chair because, of course, one of the Harris brothers come out with a camcorder and a shirt that says H-Bomb on it. Of course, last week they fought Chronic in a bar, APA style. And then the other Harris brother steals a camera from an old man at ringside and pushes him over, and then stabs Brian Adams in the ass in it while the ref is distracted. And then Disco Inferno hits the stunner on Brian Clark on the floor after hitting him with a chair.
That's the last dance. I don't know.
Sorry, the last dance on Brian Clark on the floor with hitting him with a chair. I'm not sure where the ref is at this point. And why he hasn't caught any of this.
I actually don't know. Also, why do one of the Harris brothers come out with a camera and then they just use a different camera? I don't understand.
I'm not sure what the camera's about.
They had the camera, and then they got another camera, which wasn't a real camera.
Right.
And then they threw that camera. Mark Madden says the camera cost $20,000.
I can vouch for that. That's true.
Disco Inferno then hits The Last Dance, which is the chart buster.
The chart, which is the
stunner.
stunner.
Which might be we might be literally making history. Nobody knew this was called The Last Dance. I've never heard anyone.
I've never heard that ever. You're right.
I was about to write Chartbuster, but
I wrote
too.
Chartbuster, and then I had to go back and write The Last Dance.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone knows this, but he called that move The Last Dance.
I'm not sure when that changed either. Yeah, but The Last Dance.
probably when he joined the Wolfpack. He moved.
Yeah, it was probably when he was in the Wolfpack in the house.
This is The Last Dance.
Well, maybe Conan was distracting the ref. Maybe that's what's going on. And then they did 4 different run-ins here.
Wow, that sounds like every single match tonight. This will be fun.
Well, Ray hits a leg drop on the back of Brian Clark's head. Hoovy hits him with his finish, which is the 450. And then Brian Clark kicks out of it.
Immediately, right?
No pop.
No pop at all.
No pop.
They also keep, every time they talk about Hoovy, they talk about nonstop action. I said, what is happening here?
Total
TNA
nonstop
is
action,
already being started here? Hoovy and then Ray then do the what's up leg drop style, which is called the Nutcracker. This is also a first-time move that you've never heard of here. The Nutcracker. And then they both double pin Brian Clark, which is legal.
Totally
and win.
legal, yeah.
They win.
And they retain their 1 tag title, by the way.
Yeah, they also retain the title.
Do you think it's Scott Hall as the other title?
Maybe.
That actually sounds right. Like you could read that.
Or Shane Douglas and Buff Bagwell stole it or some
somebody
shit.
just has the title of.
Yeah, probably. That sounds about right. But
they're such a team. They have 1 belt, as a unity.
Oh, sure. Like Lay Cool.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, Ray and Hoovy are just like Lay Cool. You are correct.
Tony, I love Layla.
I respect that. I do too.
They wouldn't take the baseball stuff or whatever they call it.
They wouldn't sell it.
They took a pin though.
Dude, well, they try to blame it on the interference, like the finish on the interference. The interference was like 3 minutes before the finish, and then
it didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything.
He also kicked out after it.
Just go with The Last Dance, though.
The Nutcracker is what put him away. You hit my balls and I'll go down to you, and you
and
double
the
me.
ref was cool with it.
Yeah.
All right, man. I hear you. He was just bumped a minute ago.
Yeah, whatever.
So Stacy has arrived in a limo in a white dress, and
her mom too.
Oh, is that her shoot mom?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was shoot
mom.
parents at the wedding, right? I think
you're gonna shoot their parents at the wedding.
No,
Tony?
yes.
Oh, okay.
I know what The Last Dance if you're good to anything.
Mark Madden yells "Snoochie Boochies" as Stacy comes out of the limo.
I hate this dude.
And then Jeremy Borash exclaims, "She's wearing white."
Holy!
What I surely am missing something.
Before Labor Day or something? Or
wearing
white to a wedding,
It's a wedding.
To a wedding you wear white,
I thought so.
Nah, I don't know, Tony. I will say this much: Stacy Keibler looks fantastic.
She does look great, and so does her mother.
But we do get an entire recap of the War Games Triple Cage,
and this takes fucking forever. It's like this got a forward 10 from me, brother.
No, this was the same Nitro. We already reviewed this, right? Same Nitro, right?
You did 20.25 speed of this one?
Yeah, dude. What was up with the song? It's like out of a Sean William Scott movie.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. Yeah,
American Pie's on.
It was. It was like American Idiot playing by there for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But it was another Russo swerve, of course. Go back and listen to that review we did. It was pretty good, or not. I don't know.
Vince Russo is he got destroyed in this match, right? Wasn't that
Got a
what happened?
concussion.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So, speaking of, we go to commentary, and of course, Tony Schiavone informs us that Vince Russo has gotten 3 concussions in the past 3 months. And Mark Madden says that Vince Russo has gotten brain surgery.
Major brain surgery, and he is barely alive.
He does say
He
that.
says he's barely alive and in stable condition.
And then they shit on the whole thing. They go, tonight we have a wedding and brain surgery.
Yeah, deadpan. Shivani looks at the screen tonight. A wedding and a brain surgery.
Dude, Tony Schiavone is so fucking done with
He's
WWE.
so over it.
Dude, and then it
He's
shows
so
the worst
tired.
graphic for Fall
Oh.
Brawl ever.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is they could have if you told me they took this from a 2000s WCW Fed on GeoCities, I would have believed you, because that's what it looks like.
This shit was unbelievable. And it was all night. It was all night. All these
It's all of
graphics.
them.
The Fall Brawl.
I think we probably talked about this on the last time
We did.
reviewed, but like it's worse. I feel like.
Let me explain it. It's like a.
Sure.
So if you went to Photoshop and put like a brown gradient background, you would Booker T PNG and Kevin Nash PNG and put them on Photoshop.
And don't
That's what
forget,
you
Tony,
get.
they went to defont.com and looked up Thanksgiving and they found some font to use.
And the
Dude.
Fall Brawl logo. Do you like the Fall Brawl logo? It's got like the guy. And
I
the-
don't
I
hate this
don't
Fall
like
Brawl
it.
logo.
I don't really
hate
like it.
I mean, I
It's
enjoyed the
fucking
fall. I like the
weird.
Fall Brawl old logo, like the yellow one. It was the yellow with
Mhm.
the green. I always thought that was pretty cool.
This
But
is a leaf skull.
leaf skull. Yeah, that's right. 2000 me. I was probably like, the leaf skull is sick.
You know, because they're Fall Brawl's in New York. They have leaves. You know, that's how it works.
Is that
Oh
right?
my god.
Yeah, you know,
That's
big
true.
leaf state.
All the graphics throughout the night are, I feel like every one of them, maybe I'm wrong, but it's a guy that they took a studio shot with in his gear, and then another guy that they took a studio shot with just before just when he came into the building, because that's the only time you could get him.
in a turtleneck. I
Yeah,
thought there's one
Nash
a
is in just a
turtleneck.
black shirt, belt, and pants. Booker T's in his full gear. There's one later with Goldberg and Steiner where Goldberg's in his full gear. Steiner's in black turtleneck and sunglasses.
That's what I think of when I think of Scott Steiner is a black turtleneck.
Like all of them. Like I think there's one with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett's in a black tank top. At least that's closer to his gear, but fucking hell.
Oh, we get these shots because, believe it or not, guys, this is the go home show to Fall Brawl.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
That they,
6
that they
days.
almost canceled this Nitro for the go home show to Fall Brawl.
Probably would have been better. A best of would have told a better story than what they fucking had
Oh
here.
my!
There
You
was
would never
no
know that's a go-home
story.
show. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
there's
never
not.
know. You
There's
would never
not.
know.
Dude,
Well,
Russo was legit setting up, and I mean, like legit setting up stories, not letting them go anywhere, and then swerving them before the show even ended.
It was all about expecting the unexpected in WCW.
That's exactly. That's like the best way to describe Russo's booking.
Yeah, you're right. It
Setting
did
up
become that.
angles to go nowhere just to swerve everybody. Vince Russo booking.
You were
Let's
actually
go.
disappointed if something didn't get fucked up. You're right, Tony.
You're right. That's awesome.
But they do say here, James, that they have exclusive footage of Vince Russo's brain surgery.
The only thing I could think of this is when Dave Meltzer said that Shibata's brain was taken out of his head.
Tony told me that he wants to trade brains with Shibata.
Dude, wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be
Wouldn't
insane.
that be crazy?
Tony, it would be. It
I mean,
would be.
if you
crazy.
really think about it, that'd be crazy.
If I thought about it, it would be with Shibata's brain.
Yeah, that's true.
You would think about it with his brain. That's crazy.
I wonder
not
what
my own.
Shibata's brain thought about this fucking show.
Wouldn't you like to put his brain in and watch this Nitro? That'd be crazy.
Now that would be a series. You have
Dude,
Shibata
AI
sit
generated
down.
Shibata's brain.
Now it's time to watch this. with
Yeah, we have
Shibata's brain.
Shibata sit down and watch Nitro, and we'll have him
Tell us
chronicle
what he thinks.
what you think about Nitro every week.
That'd be great, actually. We should do that with somebody. It should be Shibata.
So of course, then the Cats music hits, and the camera
Ernest the
guy.
Cat Miller, by the way, just like you
Yeah,
know, not
of
the cat from
course.
WWF.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, not Kitty or anything. It's the cat.
No, she's fired.
Of course, Miss J. she's fired. That's it. Jerry Lawler on the deep end.
Show titties!
So
What's that
you fucking bitch, Vince. So Ernest the Cat Miller's music hits. Miss Jones is here with him, and then the camera guy falls over.
Camera guy falls over, points the fucking camera to the sky, and they don't cut from it. They just stay on it like it's meant to be that way.
So recap here. This is just the commentary break. Vince Russo has 3 concussions and has gotten major brain surgery.
And he's dying.
He's dying, but he's in stable condition. We have the worst graphic for Fall Brawl that's ever fucking existed. Ernest the Cat Miller's here. The camera guy falls over.
I'm the greatest.
We should have canceled this show.
No one in this company's even fucking paying attention anymore. They're just doing whatever, man.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
So we have the Cat Town Hall, and of course we go. You know, there's nothing. Whenever I see Ernest Cat Miller, there's nothing more that I like to see than legal fucking documents and kayfabe. So Ernest Cat Miller's here, and now he is in control because Vince Russo's injunction was thrown out in court.
Of course.
Yeah, they just fired the cat, didn't they? They just
Well, Russo tried to take away his power as commissioner, so his injunction that he has on him in court has been thrown out. So that means that the cat is back in charge, baby.
Because, you know, Vince Russo's brain surgery, he can't go to court. So
Of course.
He is dying or not.
Even though, with that, Tony, later on on the show, they say Vince Russo booked this match specifically. So he just got word that Vince Russo booked this match from hell. I don't know where he did it from. Well, Cat says he's going to lay down the rules tonight. Nash, the title match that you and Booker have at the pay-per-view, I'm going to put it in a cage to keep Vince Russo out. You got to be fucking kidding me, dog.
Dude, they fucking say this. He says it like the least dramatic, like to pop the crowd at all. He just says it really fast in a cage, and then he moves on, and nobody pops, and nobody cares.
I'm going to be real with you, man. I don't know if the crowd popped once.
The crowd, for Flair, they popped.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You
they
know,
like Flair. I think they like Hacksaw maybe too.
Yeah, well, that's I love saying that shit.
Yeah.
Cat also says tonight I'm gonna go to the main event. We didn't have a main event yet. Nash, you're gonna have a title match tonight against your good buddy Big Papa Dump. I said what?
Fuck you.
So Nash is gonna defend the title against his teammate Scott Steiner tonight, even though he just made a match for Nash and Booker T at Fall Brawl.
In the cage.
In the cage. It is an important enough match.
Oh, hold on. The match was already happening. He put it in the cage.
Correct.
Okay.
But it might not happen now. They make this match Nash and Steiner for the belt tonight. But as they talk about the pay-per-view match, even Booker, they never imply that it's not going to be Nash at the pay-per-view. It's always Nash and Booker, and it's never even a glimpse of hope that Scott Steiner's winning the belt tonight. They don't even try to pretend.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, it's insane. Cat also says, for you all slap ass. He never explains who that is. You just have to know it's Jeff Jarrett.
Dude, I'm going to keep it real with you, man. This town hall is so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad, man.
Well, Cat says, for you all slap ass. Anyway. He's going to let you take on somebody. And Miss Jones steps up, James, and takes the mic. And she says, me, yeah. That's right.
Me, yeah.
Look, Jeff Jarrett.
No one even knows, one, who this is. Second, no one in the crowd even knows who this is. No one in the crowd.
It's someone they don't know talking about someone they don't know. Miss
Jones and Slap Ass, whoever Slap Ass is.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, tonight Miss Jones gonna put her foot all up in your ass. Yeah. She said, look, Jeff Jarrett. She does say his name. It says, tonight Miss Jones gonna put her foot all up in your ass. And Mark Madden on commentary screams, wait a minute, this tramp's gonna fight the chosen one? Yeah. Holy shit. And then Jeff Jarrett comes out. This chosen one, of course.
This is gonna be the worst show that I've ever watched. And
we watched some shitty ass shows, bro.
You are right.
This is not over yet, bro.
We haven't even gotten started.
This is like the first half an hour, I think, still.
Not even.
20 minutes in.
Jeff Jarrett comes out, James.
Jeff Jarrett might save it, right? He might save the show.
Well,
right?
Jeff Jarrett's in his very mustard-ass outfit, super wet.
The band's going to play tonight? Is that what's happening?
Yes. Sheer vaudeville, Tony, of course.
Vaudeville. Outlandish.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, Jarrett says, let me tell you something, Miss Slap Ass. This is also Slap Ass here. You're going to get, you want to challenge the chosen one, you're going to get them. And to show you how much of a gentleman I am, I'm going to handcuff my hands together so I can prove that men are superior to women. And Cat, when Big Papa Pump and he says this, when Big Papa and Big Sexy get here, we're going to show you who's running this joint tonight. And the Cat says, okay, I'll meet you in the office, Miss Jones. And then she leaves. And Cat says, you know, since you're in the ring, Jarrett, and you're little miniature slap nuts, let's see you try to take over the show. So they start fighting. Steiner's music hits, and by the time even the second siren plays, Scott Steiner's in the ring.
Who is that?
They don't even know what commentary
shirt.
it is.
Yeah.
Tony, they would just say, who is that?
They do.
I've never heard that siren before in my life.
He's fucking like the most wide human being that's ever existed. Who is that?
He's doing the Steiner recliner. Who's attacking the Cat right now?
To be fair, they were probably watching the feed of the show, and the camera work isn't the greatest.
He was like,
Showed earlier today.
who is that? The fucking sirens are going off. They got the Tron playing the fucking thing. Who is that, man?
Well, Steiner in glasses and turtleneck puts the Cat in the Steiner recliner, and then Steiner's music hits again. They turned it off just to turn it right back on. So Steiner and Jarrett have taken over the show for a second here.
I mean, this is classic Russo. Has no idea why the Jarrett and China thing worked in the first place.
No. I don't think. Did Jarrett really ever say men are superior than women? Did he come out and say that, or was it just like implied in Jeff Jarrett's thing?
Oh, WWF.
Yeah, I was
No,
just kind of
they were pretty on the nose in WWF.
Yeah, I feel like you belong in the kitchen. Yeah, all that shit
true.
in
You're
WWF.
right. You're right.
But he gets his comeuppance in WWF.
But yeah, WCW just doesn't do it as.
I'm not sure. Like maybe if someone can tell me otherwise, but I feel like I don't know if Jarrett does get his comeuppance. Like maybe he gets hit with a guitar by Miss Jones eventually, but like he doesn't like no. I don't know,
he
does
actually gets
Medusa
rewarded
beat him
for
anything?
it.
Like does he work?
He's rewarded and he wins the world title.
He
and
wins the title, leads the new NWO. Like I don't know.
So Booker and Steve are now here.
Steve,
Main Event Mafia. It's Main Event Mafia.
Steven Stick Shirt. He's in a Sting t-shirt.
Who is that?
Sweatpants, no paint, Sting face shirt. And Terry Taylor says, "Listen, you guys are late. You're fined."
They said we don't care.
We do not care. You pay us too much money anyway. And Terry Taylor says, "Listen, guys, the Cat is gonna his ass whooped." They do not seem too phased. And Sting says, "All right, well, we got it, bro. We'll handle that." And they just walk by him and don't do anything else. They do not go to save Cat. They don't go even to talk to Cat immediately because we go to other shit after that.
Well, now it's time for the Big Vito Town Hall.
Oh, the old B-roll sandwich.
Oh my God.
I guess we're going to play some B-roll
They
here.
do some B-roll sandwich. They said Tony Schiavone does not give a fuck. Oh.
He was fucking told to call it like a shoot. He was told to like call it like it is.
B-roll sandwich is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is, Tony. It's awful. I'm being told we're going to show some B-roll here. It sits there for a second. Show some B-roll. Old B-roll sandwich.
Tony Funny just James. All that B-roll sandwich. All that juicy B-roll sandwich.
I hear this
WCW.
shit. I hear this shit. I'm cutting the funding. Says getting cut the funding, bro.
There's
No
no three
way.
commentators.
right now.
There's no need for this.
The old B-roll sandwich. No.
Well, the B-roll, of course, was last Monday, the Natural Born Thrillers hitting all of their finishers on Vito. Now we're back. Vito's in the ring. He says, "Maestro, the musica, please." Hey, how's it going? That's what, like, what the fuck?
Who is this?
He said, "This is for the guy named Reno. We got a stick. Yeah, I don't slap ass. We got a stickball bet on a pole match, Big Vito style, neighborhood style.
Big Vito style and neighborhood style?
100%.
Dude, I've seen goddamn Reno and Big Vito's stick bat pole fucking fiesta.
Dude, we just watched this.
How many times I got in this match?
With Sister Maria.
Fuck these guys.
When did we watch that? When the hell did we watch that?
It's probably the week before this.
I'm so
Oh,
sick
you're
of
right.
this.
On the cage match one? Yeah, it's probably the.
Yeah,
probably
Sister
did it on
Maria
the-
comes in.
Dude,
Oh,
it's been like 6 months since we watched that, and I still don't want to fucking see it. Big Vito fucking style.
Neighborhood style.
Neighborhood style.
Neighborhood
That's how I get that
style.
B-roll sandwich. Neighborhood style.
Goddamn B-roll, you tramp. What the hell is
Vito
going on?
says, first guy to get the stickball bat gets to use it. I'm going to crack your head open, so bring out Reno. So here comes Reno. Reno comes out looking like a fucking, I don't know, like a side-scroller boss.
Man's about to go baiting, or you might go sumo wrestle. We haven't figured
He looks
it out
like
yet.
if you couldn't, like, if you weren't allowed to use Steven Seagal in a video game, this is what you would make him look like.
This is my cousin's created character. He made it with a Mad Catz controller. And I beat this shit out of him.
Yeah, long rat tail. How do you describe his trunks here, James? He has like shorts.
He had 9,
But a
12,
thong?
15-inch inseam shorts.
Yeah, right.
with sumo thong over
Yeah, the
the
V
shorts.
blacked out. Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. Everyone
He's also
else-
here with Chuck Palumbo.
What the fuck?
So,
is going
stickball
on?
bat on a pole. There's a pole top left of the ring. It's on the turnbuckle. Stickball bat hanging from the pole. So you get the stickball bat, you can use it. That's the rule.
What if you use it and you didn't bring it down?
Well,
That is
Tony,
not the fucking rule. It's never been the rule.
that is the rule. It's you've never done this neighborhood style, asshole. So you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it turns out Big Vito was lied to. This is not neighborhood style because
Nothing style.
anyone can use anything they want at any
They
time.
can use, dude. Okay, fuck this fucking match for real.
Fuck this show.
So,
Are you kidding me?
dude, immediately fucking Chuck Palumbo's arguing with the ref. The ref gets bumped after fucking Vito.
How is there a ref bump in an on a
Immediately.
pole match?
In a no
Immediately.
DQ on a pole match. Come on.
Vito bumps Reno. Vito bumps Reno. God, his fucked up names. And gets the stickball bat. He can now use the stickball bat. He jumps down. Reno catches him in an exploder suplex.
All right.
All the while, Mark Madden says he saw Vito using a controlled substance in the back, sniffing Parmesan cheese. Reno's hitting the fucking roll of the dice. Johnny the Bull Stamboli comes out with a kendo stick. Not a stickball bat. A kendo stick. And hits fucking Vito with it. He's on Vito's team. And then Reno pins Vito. What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, I gotta know what's going on. Someone replay that. Get that old B-roll sandwich.
I missed that. Who was that? Who was that that ran in here?
Oh my
Dude,
god, that could have been anybody from the.
They couldn't even get the gimmick right.
That could have
No
been
way.
anybody from
Why?
the Natural Born Thrillers. To be fair,
Why? Listen, I understand this is all fucking bullshit. It does not fucking matter. It makes no fucking sense. But why did Johnny the Bull not have a stickball bat? Why? Why?
that's
Doesn't
neighborhood
make
style.
They only got one.
kendo
They
stick.
got one stickball bat in WCW. They can't afford it.
And no one
anymore.
used it. No one. No one used it because they do a beatdown after they use the kendo stick. The stickball bat is not used at all. Why? Why, God?
Look.
God.
This shit is fucking awful.
Yeah, Johnny the Bull turned on Vito here. By the way, he was gonna hit Chuck Palumbo and Reno. He does not. He joins the Natural Born Thrillers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they train together." Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Reno kisses Johnny the Bull on his cheek, and they all celebrate. Vito gets up with a kendo stick and beats all again. The kendo stick, no stick ball bet. Kendo stick.
No stick ball.
Beats all 3 of the guys with it. And then the Natural Born Thrillers music hits, and a clown car of fucking trainees runs down to the ring, and
that was the Thrillers.
And all get hit with the kendo stick before finally jumping Vito and stopping him out. They need 9 guys in the ring to beat up Big fucking Vito here. And then they do the Spirit Squad spot to him.
Dude, they do. They invented Spirit Squad spot where they toss him in the air, all of them. That was kind of cool.
Johnny the Bull beats him with a kendo stick as they all hold his limbs, and then they throw him into the air. And then the Natural Born Thrillers music plays. You know the song. Anyway, Scott Steiner.
Oh, I wanted to let you guys know that Reno and Vito is not over. They go to WCW Sin 2001, January.
Why would it be over?
They have a match in January.
What do they do at Fall Brawl?
I don't. Probably
stick bat on a pole.
Dude, no, they don't use the fucking stick bat.
Stick bat on a pole box.
It's kendo on a pole, probably.
What do they do here? Oh, there's an elimination match that has Big Vito teaming with. This can't be right. This can't be right here, bro. Elimination match. The filthy. This is at Fall Brawl 2000. The Filthy Animals of Disco with a Q, Rey Mysterio Jr., Juventud Conan, and Tigress, teaming with Big Vito and Paul Orndorff, beat the Natural Born Thrillers in 16 minutes. What is happening?
I know that was hot.
No.
I know that shit was right.
And Sting beats Great Muta and Vampiro. What the fuck is going on?
Neighborhood style. That's good.
They eventually Big Vito and Reno team up though, so in case you cared, they team up.
Oh, I did.
They are a great team.
This is the end of part 1. More parts are coming to this channel. Subscribe for more coming parts.